a nursing, and she's also an energy healer. She learned Reiki, clinical hypnotherapy, tarot, among many others. So please welcome Doc Sarah Rakal, joining us from Bangkok, Thailand. Hi, Sarah.
Good evening, Karen. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Magandang gabi po. Nice to be
I'm
back.
so Yeah, I'm so excited to have
Also,
you here that we get to talk. Feeling ko ako yung maraming tanong talaga.
we're
This time
going
we
to
don't have a flow. Yeah, this is the first time that I actually didn't prepare questions because we're going to take in your questions.
hala.
As
I told
in,
you need to prepare and just to
and this is so uncomfortable for me.
yeah.
Because so please send in your questions because I really didn't prepare questions for this. But you have to know that Sarah has been my therapist for more than a year now, and she really helped me grow. So if you have questions, phone in questions for her, mental health questions, how you are, please go ask her.
If there
Habang,
are no questions yet, I can ask you.
ay wow, no, you're the guest here. But I
What
want you to comment. You're the guest. But sige, you can ask me questions.
you? Hindi kasi like you said for mga for a year na. And the process has helped you grow. How exactly?
I felt whole now. Because before, like I told you, I only saw my light. I only saw that I'm nice and I'm charitable, I'm generous. I only saw that part. I didn't saw my bitchy side. I didn't saw my shadow that I'm so manipulative pala, that I can be very controlling. And I was like refusing to see that part. And when I saw that part, at first it was so shocking and I couldn't like believe na, oh my gosh, I'm like that. I didn't see myself as manipulative and I was refusing to see my shadow. And then I understand, oh, that's why people don't like me. I mean, there are people who don't like me. So, and I don't like people not liking me. Parang you have to love me. I'm so lovable. I'm a people I'm a people pleaser. Like that's obviously one thing that I've learned and I've acknowledged. And it's nice to see both sides. It's nice to see the light and the shadow and to accept both parts. And I felt like I'm whole because of the process. So there. Oh, actually, I have to tell you that I did take a break for a time from a project because nga you did suggest that you should take a break, look at all these things, and I did. And when I came back, the persons I'm working with told me na, you know what, whatever you're doing, the shadow work that you're doing, it worked. Because when you came back, you're like a different person. And that's my experience with hypnotherapy. Like I'm still me, but I felt like whole and I can see both that, the light and the dark. I can acknowledge both.
So basically, yung there are parts na you didn't know that you didn't know.
Yeah.
And
And I
na-unravel
felt,
na.
yeah. And the thing is, I was resisting it so I was really resisting it. I didn't want to see it.
How come what was the reason behind you resisting it?
I don't know. Cause
Kakar.
why was I resisting the shadow part? Because I only like to see because I came from meditation. And the background and the meditation will only focus on your truth, right? And then
Focus on
they always meditate that programming that you just look at what's good about you, your values, and then all the other things like anger, rage, it's loss, all those of these things, envy, it's not good. And then it's you don't look at it, it's bad, parang ganun. So
uh,
I subscribe to the polarity. But it's nice pala to see both sides, no? Parang yin and yang. And interestingly, Sarah, ang bilis ng session because I'm in this field. Like, I'm a therapist myself. And I see with counseling and with life coaching, sometimes patients stay with me for a long time.
how
I
long,
can,
if I may
like,
ask?
for some of them, years.
Mm. Mm?
But with you, diba? Yeah, because the thing with life coaching or counseling, that's why I also am looking at other techniques, like I'm looking at access consciousness, energy healing, and hypnotherapy. Is like it's like you go, it's like peeling layers of onions. That's how I see. That's how I look at therapy. You finish one trauma, and then another will come up, and then you clear that na naman, and then another will come up, and so it's like a never ending cycle. So it works. It's just too slow for me. And I'm surprised, like with your session, the first session was just three sessions, and after that you stop. And then it's just 3 to 4 months mentorship. And then you're done. Like, that's fast. I've known you for a year, but I've only had like a few sessions with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fast
And
compared
every
to
session is
counseling.
right. It's usually different. Like every cycle, we're working on a different concern. It's not the
Yeah,
same always.
true. True.
So, depende kung ano namang lalabas, ano naman, di ba? And usually,
Oo.
as I remember, pag may trigger, doon yung Sarah, this is it. Hmm.
Yeah, that's my question to you kasi kanina we were talking.
Hala,
Like you
binalik niya sa
said,
akin. Ano naman sa
hindi
akin
kasi,
yun?
kasi I really want to know this because I evade triggers. I really don't like triggers. But for
Yes.
you, you said if something triggers you, you have to like go straight to it
Yeah.
and face
Just
it.
for me, it's like that. Like not to move away. But why don't you like triggers?
It's uncomfortable. It's
Uh,
easier for me to run away from it. Like if I don't like you, goodbye. It's easier for me like to like run away.
there's a book, ay dahil hindi ko na naman alam yung title ng book. I don't know. Pero parang ang gist ng book, maybe you know, parang, ay, hindi ko siya ma-summarize. Pero parang kailangan niyang dumaan actually sa darkness para
Mm.
like the person she or he pala has to go through his fears, the devil, the darkness, and then yung heaven it's on the other side. Parang ganun.
Oh.
So kailangan through, hindi siya
Yeah.
shortcut gano'n. I think it's different. I know, I'm not asking that na, "Oh, trigger, I'm excited I have a trigger." No, I actually
Yeah.
celebrate the times that I don't have triggers.
Mm.
I really celebrate like today, I don't have a trigger. I'm so happy. I'm good. Kasi pag may trigger, it's really uncomfortable like what you said. Pero
Yeah.
when you dive sa trigger mismo, sa eye of the storm, then andun yung gem, andun
Mm.
yung treasure.
So
And
go
then it's
through it.
yeah, and it's really changing you. There's really this
Yeah.
chemical change. You're not the same.
Mm.
And then you feel this peace, this freedom, learning patience, forgiveness. That's big. That word. I've said this the second time here, I think. So yeah, go through the trick. Go to the eye of the storm. Pag may trigger, John, listen to that. If you notice in
Yeah.
our sessions, usually like you don't want to feel this, then it's an indication for me to actually let you feel that.
Yeah. Because that's when the lessons are learned, right? Like you said. And
Yeah.
you mentioned something. Something is huge for you. Like, was that forgiveness?
It's always you, not just me, also my to my clients. Like I had if I think it's okay. Uh session. Ano ba? How do I when do I let me see how it okay. Kasi yung family member niya trigger sa kanya
Mm-mm.
years. I think siguro more than 20 years. So, ayaw niyang pag-usapan, yung family member, ayaw niyang maalala, parang okay na yun, nakalma na siya, etc., etc. And then I
Right.
asked her, okay, let's go back to the time na na-trigger ka. And like, uh, visualizing that that family member is in front of her.
Mm.
And then to guide her sa process, etc., etc., etc. I didn't say anything about forgiveness. Process lang. Like we call it psychodrama. I think you're familiar with that. So we did
Yes,
psycho
yes.
plus hypnotherapy. And then when she came out of the session, And then I asked her, okay, write down whatever insight came to you. And then yung sinulat niya, forgive. Forgive
Mm.
and let go. So that was her point of freedom. It did not come
Right.
from, I didn't inject that word sa kanya. Sa kanya siya
Right.
naka-realize yan after going sa process. So, when we forgive, ayan, this resonates with you too, I think. I'm just feeling something. I'm just feeling something. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm working on that.
Feeling something. I'm feeling something. Okay. So, when we feel and experience this forgiveness, there's a huge weight off our chest and our shoulders. I know this. Like, yeah, kasi parang when I'm talking to you, I kind of feel that. So yeah, and this, like during the sessions, this things that we all know, like forgiveness, peace, calm, di ba? Freedom. Like we will feel that. No, you cannot explain. Parang
Yeah.
mafe-feel mo siya sa loob mo. Yun nga ang you said you felt whole. Like how do you exactly describe feeling whole? Di ba? Parang ano
Yeah.
yun? How does that feel?
And that's
And
what
how
I learned. Now I guess it's hard to explain wholeness, but it's easy to to describe disintegration. Because I remember you told me once that when we undergo trauma, what we do is like we leave parts of ourselves in that area,
who said
in
that?
that
Who said
space.
Nico?
You did that. You said that. Like when we experience trauma, we live part of ourselves in certain spaces, and so we're
Yeah,
disintegrated, right?
yeah, when we're experiencing trauma, na it could be just someone took our ice cream, for example, when we were kids. It could be as simple as that, or we didn't get to watch the movie that we like. Our parents said no, for example. It can be as simple as that. And then parts of ourself actually splits out without us even knowing it. And actually when you're aware of that happening, like right now when you're going through trauma, like if I'm going through trauma, I feel that. So I'm at a point of choice. Do I want to go through the pain, or let that part of me that cannot tolerate the pain leave for the moment temporarily? So minsan, like I talk to myself, like kaya natin to, we will go through the pain. Stay, I'll be here, we'll go through the pain and sit with the pain.
My question is, what happens when a part of you splits during trauma?
It depends on how huge is that part. Doon na minsan na feeling mo parang zombie ka. Signs and symptoms of depression, pumapasok na. And then we keep ourselves busy, working, or minsan nagsha-shutdown, yon. Or
Yeah.
sometimes like you don't know who you are, you don't know what you want. So that's
Oh,
an indication.
right. I have an example. Ako talaga.
Go ahead.
Nag-raise agad ako excited. I have an example. I noticed how my personality splits. Like if it's in the morning, I work hard. Like I really do everything that I have to do in the morning. But this is prior to me finishing my therapy sessions. But in the evening, like I
I remember,
binge watch like crazy.
I remember
And
you told me.
I was telling you, Zara, how come I like two different people? Like in the morning I work so hard, in the evening I play like crazy or I do sobrang unproductive things. How is it? How oh
And
that's what you say.
and these
I
two
split.
versions of you, these two versions of you are not friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Like when I'm binge watching, my my other self is actually criticizing me. Like saying,
Exactly.
"Why are you so unproductive? Why are you so lazy?" And
Yeah.
then when I'm working too hard, there's another part of me that's saying, "You know what? You should
You
rest."
work
So
so
parang
hard. You
there's
should
like
chill.
parts of I mean, it's the same person, but you're fighting each other.
And when you find, and maybe others can relate to that, no? Like we have different parts in ourselves that are actually bullying the other part or not accepting the other part. So maganda siya na ma-integrate. And
Mm-mm,
it's iba
mm-mm.
yung feeling mo na whole and the peace that you feel when you
Yeah.
integrate when these two parts of you make peace. As in, 'di ba alam mo yon? Like I can
Yeah. Because now, yeah. Now I can feel that. Like if I watch something, nobody's scolding me anymore. Like it's okay, you can do that. And even if when I'm working, I know that I have space for myself to rest and play after. And that's
yeah,
what you're saying. I mean, I'm giving myself as an example just so the viewers can understand concretely how it works. And that's what you're saying. When you're whole and when you integrate parts of you, then the small parts of you, they don't fight each other, and then, 'di ba? And that's when you feel peaceful.
yeah, and it's not just different parts. Like this morning, I called you, 'di ba? I said, Karen, I'm calling to set healthy boundaries between us.
Yes, yes, you did, you
I
did.
called you. And then because this is also a form of splitting dissociation. Example, my cognitive self, my mind is telling me one thing, but my body is telling me another thing. That's also a split.
Right,
It's not just two versions of you, the one Netflixing and the one working hard. That's a split.
right, right.
Another would be like my thinking wants to do this, but my body
My
doesn't agree.
heart.
Yeah. So, kailangan din siyang ma-align.
Alright, alright. And
And you
sometimes, Sarah, what I notice is we choose one. Like most people, they choose to follow the heart or the mind. We don't align, right? That's a common concern with people.
the thing is, are the people really aware that there's a split inside them? Perhaps not. What they know is, why did I get myself into such a situation? I do not understand. Ba't ko nagawa?
Right,
That's
right.
already a splitting. Parang ba't there's a part of you na hindi gustong gawin yon pero nagawa mo. So you
So
have
what you're saying is that most people are not self-aware.
where you I wasn't I mean until
Yeah.
recently my body is really strong to tell me I don't like it.
And interestingly, because I've been meditating for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
When I met you, I've like gone through counseling, I've gone through life coaching, I've gone to executive coaching, I've been meditating, I go to India every year. And then, but when I met you, I was still disintegrated. So is that possible that even when you go through all this mindfulness activities, sometimes you're still not ready. Sometimes you still miss like your
Well,
shadows. You
depends kasi
miss other things.
if it's the right time, and it depends kung ano yung intention mo when you were doing all those things.
Right, right.
What was your intention going to India, doing this? What was your
For
purpose?
self mastery, of course. For basically to always like to be better, to improve myself, like more for personal growth and development. Oh no, I know no at that time I was proving to myself that I can be a monk.
So that the intention is
It's the
different.
intention. It's the
Yeah, the
intention.
purpose that time, and perhaps it was not the right time. You weren't ready yet to go
Right.
through the
So
process.
my point is not all people in this field, in the mental health and self-development field, not all of us are aware. Even if we go through all these mindfulness things, unless we took a dick unless we take a deep dive, we're not really aware. Tama ba?
Are you familiar with the Johari window? Di
Window,
ba?
yes, yes, yes.
Di ba, apat na sections siya, what you know, and others know, what you do, you know. And then there's a big section na you don't know and you're not aware that you don't know. We all
Oh.
like right now we're having conversation. Parang there's like are we aware if we're connecting with the audience or not? Or
Right.
like that's there's a question like that's diba, that's a certain spot there we're enjoying this conversation, we're enjoying ourselves, but that's a certain spot. So may mga bagay tayo that we're not aware, and the triggers in life Actually, they're there for a purpose to make us look at the things that we're not aware.
Oh, oh. That's why you
Mm.
say that when you face the trigger,
Ay,
that's
that's
when.
yeah.
Yes, Dandansu is here. Speaking of Dandansu, hi. Now, can you please, because I am enjoying talking to Sarah and I can just ask her questions forever. So can you please, Dandansu,
Please do ask
Danny,
questions kasi like
can you
where we
please
have
ask your questions? Yeah.
say
Para it's
anything.
an interaction.
Yes, kasi when I talked with Karen yesterday, we said we agreed na we want this space for the public, for the people to share and to ask questions. If there's anything na maisagot namin, then why not? Or you can comment or even you can ano yung tawag doon? Disagree. That's
Yeah,
also
violent reactions are welcome as
violent
well.
reactions are welcome, disagreements welcome, anything welcome. Yon. Ngayon,
Yeah, because
Karen, I disagree, Karen. This word.
yes, yes, please let us know what you feel, what
Let
you
us
think.
know
Like,
if what
yeah, because
while
Sarah is saying go face your trigger, right?
yeah, while waiting, Karen, for others in case they'll have questions, you were saying something and I did cut you. Like when
Basically, I'm just going back to that's the reason why you want us to face triggers. Because the part that we don't know and we're not aware of, we get to see when we face triggers, right?
it's not that I want you to face triggers, but you ask me to do the therapy work. So but if you didn't ask me to do the therapy work with you, if you're just eating or having fun or you're going somewhere, I wouldn't say anything. But I ask you and I ask you what's your point B? This is your point A. What's your point B? You told me this is your point B. So how do we get to point B? And then that's for you to face your triggers. But if in like it's not easy to face triggers, who wants to look at our pain? So kasi ganito, I wanted to write an article. Hindi ko pa nasisimulan about pain because the other day I was thinking 3 days ago I was going through emotional pain. I'm saying life is unfair kasi if we have akin lang yan ha. I was thinking na napaka-unfair naman kasi when we have physical pain, we can just pop up a pill to relieve my pain, 'di ba? Yeah, well, 'di ba, ano yung mga pain well, all kinds of pain, paracetamol for example or Ponstan, 'di ba? Really, if I papa what if I have emotional pain? What's the pill for me? Though I feel like it's not I don't have a quick fix.
Right, right.
So I don't wanna feel that. Pero 'di ba this is a thing in the mental health field, in healing, because we go through pain, lalo na emotional pain. What do? We don't have a pill to pop.
You face it like you said, right?
But the thing is when we're working, we don't get the chance to face it because you have to work. Alam nga naman magwo-work ka magang-magang mata mo. Because
Right, right.
we have to feel the pain. We have to digest the experience. Eh, masakit yun. You'll have to cry, probably drink alcohol or whatever, or how you're coping with it. But it's difficult to do that in a healthy way because the next day we have to work. We have
Right,
obligations. We have families. We have to pay bills. So what happens is we don't get to process the experience. And
right,
we
right,
wonder why in our society right now there's just the peak of stress and depression. And while we're going through life, tapos new technology pa tayo, we get to be more connected and disconnected in a way because we become so independent to a point that we don't need other people.
right. So true.
Kasi online na lahat, eh, like Grab,
Mm-mm.
I'll go online, food, I can travel on my own, online, online, online. I don't have to talk to someone. You will see the
Yeah.
difference 'pag pumunta ka ng somewhere na walang internet, magugulat ka, your way to survive is to reach out to another human.
Yeah.
When you do that, you'll feel alive. Kumbaga, ganito palang feeling to be connected with another human kasi walang internet. Na you'll realize na I didn't get to have this experience in the past na naka-online ka. Oh, where am I going now? So, ayun, it is one complete it's a web. di ba? Going through pain, etc. etc. Like you, do you want to go through pain? You have to do OHC, you have responsibilities, busy ka rin, di ba? Mag-hold ka ng mental health workshop, tapos ikaw hindi okay.
I know, I remember that. Like, Sarah, we have to have a session because I have a wellness program tomorrow. I have to be okay before my workshop.
And I think there's a time that I said no.
You
Parang,
said no. Go through the pain. Go do your workshop while you're hurting, and you tell them, I'm actually doing a wellness workshop, but I'm not okay.
you know right to that. You know why? Because the intention. You wanted to do the session for you to be better the next day. That was the so it's
Yeah.
not
I was
the same intention. Now you wanna go through it because it's time to digest and experience that. It's not the same.
Yeah, I'm treating it like a pill. Let's have a session now because I want to be okay tomorrow because I have a
Usually,
workshop tomorrow. Yeah,
isn't
you
it
remember?
like that? We go to therapists, we go to healers, like make me feel better,
Yeah,
make me feel better, di ba? Parang it's our
yeah,
yeah, di ba? Make me feel good because I have to work tomorrow. Parang sometimes I do that too, actually.
yeah. But what I learned with you actually is to feel the pain and go through it and allow yourself to like just experience that. And it's really uncomfortable because I'm not used. Like I'd rather meditate because when I meditate, things are calm and chill and very grounded. I felt centered. But when you say that's the hardest part, really, like feel the pain. Parang, I don't want this. I don't want this. But like, and then you ask me to do it for like 2 weeks. Like go through it and just feel it for
Oo.
2 weeks.
You were in Palawan. Parang Palawan ba was
Yeah, I went to Palawan just so I have space to like really feel and cry and but that was so difficult. It was so
I
difficult
remember you came because you said you cannot feel feelings.
because I was so numb.
You told me that, right? And now you're
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
feelings, you don't want to feel that.
Because it's hard. So,
It's
I
hard.
know, yeah.
Wala ba
Yeah, because
silang
it's hard.
questions?
Wala ba kayong questions? Can you please join in the conversation? We'd
Comment.
really love to
Kanina may
answer
nag-ano doon,
you
Om Shanti.
or comments. See, Danny Ong. Like, if you
Hmm.
have comments, like you have questions for Sarah, like do you also feel feelings? Is it difficult for you? And speaking of feelings, I actually asked some of my like the ones some of my patients and sometimes some of the participants to feel as well because it's something that's really beautiful. I don't like to do it. It's hard. Pero like you said, the only way out is through it. But when you go through it, what I notice is that all your feelings, your fear, your pain, they have messages for you.
Yes.
And that's where the lessons are. If you just go through it, you will receive the gift from these feelings.
Yeah. And 'di ba usually naman yung mga the strongest, the wisest in our community have been through so much pain.
Right, right.
Sila din yung ano ng wisdom. Yun. Walang comments tayo. Well, there
Oh,
people watching. Are
there
there
are people watching, but they're just watching. They're not asking questions. So I have to ask you. You said that the wisest among us are the ones who've gone through pain. Can you share with us a pain and what the lesson that you received or the message that you received from that pain?
mine?
Uh, yes,
Akin?
if you can. Yeah. Can you? If you want. Only if you want to. It doesn't have to be pain. It doesn't have to be a pain. Like one of the lessons that was, hard learned.
Oh, hard learn. Ha, grabe, caught off guard. Wait, ano, there's something in my mind, pero I'm trying to screen, baka pwede something else. Okay, sige. Ano, I think, recently, no? Recently. Shame, shame, ano bang Tagalog ng shame?
Shame.
Ay,
Yeah.
Meron ba? Is there like a
I
counterpart?
can't remember. Can everybody help us? Like, what's the Tagalog for shame?
Halimbawa, yeah. Ah, mm, things that we keep as secret.
Hmm.
We don't want to let other people know or anyone know. We keep it as secrets. We keep
Yeah.
it a secret because is this yeah, you're able to become more honest and vulnerable, Patricia.
Thank you for your comment, Sister Eugenie. But you were saying
Mm,
about keeping things a secret.
yes, yung mga sinisikreto. So recently, yan yung naging I have to face, and this has something to do with shame, you know? Like keeping it a
Mm.
secret because I'm so ashamed of myself. And I did process to myself. Actually, the process is has to involve another person. Pero I'm surprised na the person that I'm confronting in that psychodrama is myself. And I was
Oh.
telling myself now, why do you have to put me to shame? Diba? Bakit ba't mo ako kinakahiya? Why do you do things na mapapahiya ako? Eh, like that I have to look bad. Like I was really angry at her. When while I was doing the process, parang like I can break a glass. I'm so angry at myself kasi ba't
Right.
ka ganyan? Ganon.
Right.
So shame. And ano, go through sa process, etc., until I had to identify yung need ng part ko na yun.
Okay, what's the need? What's the need of that part?
And
Who
she did,
makes you
she did. She's so hungry, she's starving, like super hungry. What's the right word for that? Na empty. Alam mo yung anong give me an English word. Yung super
or
uhaw.
empty,
More,
thirsty,
more than that, like
parched?
parang uhaw na
Uh,
uhaw siya for love. Uhaw na uhaw siya for attention.
oh.
Uhaw na uhaw siya for belongingness, um, fear na ma-reject. So
Mm.
she did what she did, parang gano'n. And I had to provide that to her myself. So
So she
looking,
went to shame. She shamed you
she
just so you
shamed.
get. She gets. She shamed you to get the attention.
No, no, it was not her intention. Pero like there are actions that we do that are not socially acceptable. Hindi siya socially acceptable. And like there's a part of me na parang I cannot accept myself doing that. Ba't ko nagawa yun? And then yun nga
Right.
lumabas siya yung part na yun na gumawa noon. Ako din, which is who is also me.
Right.
I
On
had
that
after yeah.
on that note, I think this comment from Patricia is relevant. She said,
Very
sometimes we are not really even aware of our subconscious intentions because they can be masked by what we would like to believe is good or looks good.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, ginudge ko. Yeah, hindi I cannot thank you, Ma'am Patricia. I cannot accept that part of me, like, I'm really so angry. Pero after the process, me looking at myself now, it's more like look at myself with compassion and understanding. And yun, na parang I I'm I'll provide you with the love that you need. I'm here. Next time you feel that, let me know. I'll provide that to you. We can do it, ganun. We can do
Wow.
this together. So shame is big. In the energy, ano yun? Ayun na naman ako. Sa
Energy
vibration
field?
chart, di ba? Sa vibration
Yeah.
chart, nasa baba siya.
Shame. And a
Yeah,
lot of us and a
and
lot
shame.
of us can't face shame.
Yung sekreto, what's your sekreto, Karen?
I don't
Like,
wanna
was
say. I don't wanna tell you. That's why it's a secret, right?
Yeah, but yeah, what's behind this? What the thing is? Why do I keep it secret?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shadow work that can be done there. You don't, I mean, you don't have to reveal your secret, pero you can keep it a secret. Pero this time around, wala yung emotional charge.
Right,
Like you want to
right.
keep it to yourself because you just want to keep it to yourself and you just want to tell people who deserve to know the information
Right.
ang share mo. Pero yung if it's grounded on shame and fear, that's another thing. Kasi it's
Right.
eating kinakain yung kaluluwa. It's eating our soul
It is. Yeah. And I'm
slowly.
stu- and I'm studying narcissism right
Ayan.
now. But
Which
you know the core is no, I just wanna say, I'm not going there, but the core is shame. People go through extreme to hide their shame. Like they take on mask to hide their shame. And that's how far we can go talaga.
sample be, parang abstract naman yan.
Example,
Sige.
Sample, like, for example, ako na lang, without naming names, so I'll use my example. Like, because this, like, oh my gosh, I'm being vulnerable here. But I'm just going to reciprocate because you did share something vulnerable kanina. I felt that it's
Wala naman
something
akong
that,
sinabi, di ba?
we did name names, but I felt that was a very sacred story. You're not
Mhm.
even sure if you want to share that. And so to reciprocate, I'll share something also that's kind of sacred for me because I have a class like 2 weekends ago, and my class and my students are asking me, so what's your intention for doing what you're doing? Because we're talking about, I am doing a lot of charity work and I'm doing a lot of like projects, and then I asked them, do you want to know the real reason or do you want to know the superficial reason? Because you have like two reasons. I can give you the nice answer, or I can give you the real answer, but don't be shocked. Syempre, diba? They want the nice answer. To be honest, what I learned in therapy was, which was I wasn't aware before, was I'm doing all this seemingly good and nice things for someone to tell me I'm proud of you. And and that's my secret, and that's something that was my intention before, that I wasn't even aware of until I went through the hypnotherapy session. Now, oh my gosh, the intention of everything I'm doing is for this one person to say I'm proud of you. It's not even under my control. And
Napunta dun.
yeah, diba? It's so sad. I mean, when I look back, but now, of course, after going through self mastery and after going through my hypnotherapy, now I know that I'm doing what I love. Of course, I'd have to change it, but it's so sad. Imagine how sad the life of that person who's doing things not for herself but for another person, and that's
Release
how
lang.
far we can go.
Sabi.
That was heavy.
Yeah. I sometimes I take symptoms, so I have to take it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was heavy. That was heavy. Even when I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Mm.
So there. And that's why I noticed it's really important to like go back to your intention, go back and clear things,
Even today,
right?
yesterday, what's our intention for today? Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
intention is to really, yeah, the intention is for people to converse with you. So people, can you please ask us your questions? We're really here so you can ask your
This
questions.
Trisha, she's very active sharing. Ganda
Yeah,
yung ano mo.
Yogini did say that sister, I call her kasi Sister Yogini because she's my classmate in meditation. She said pain is a messenger to look
Themselves.
deeper. What? Sorry, I didn't
Can
catch
people
that.
unmute themselves or not? Or chat lang?
They can't. They can only chat.
Pain
Yeah.
is a
But
messenger to deeper. The more you are able to face it, the stronger you become. That's true. Tama mo. All tweetable moment.
mm-mm.
This is nice like if the audience can see Ma'am Patricia also, di ba?
Yeah, that would be nice. Probably next time. Like we can
Mm.
probably have as if you want something intimate, you can just have something on Zoom so we can just talk. Ganyan.
And I really
Ayan.
like sa pain, Karen, like how kasi like many things like we don't like to be in a toxic relationship because we're avoiding the pain that comes with it.
Mm. That's the reason we don't leave. Oh, that's the reason we don't even get in a relationship to avoid the pain that hasn't happened yet.
And also, so I mean pain is a big thing. It's a big ano ba, motivator for moving forward or moving back, for doing something or not doing something. It's actually big. Diba? Like in relationships and also that's yeah, like that's the emotional pain. And also yesterday, I think yesterday I talked to you about physical pain
Yeah.
as a manifestation of actually an emotional challenge
Right, right.
or our physical symptoms, yung mga chronic illnesses natin. Like it could be hypertension, it could be cancer, it could be lower back pain, it could be stomach pain, especially when it's chronic. So
So
usually,
sometimes it's not really physical.
most of the time, may emotional, psychological element, especially when it's chronic, the chronic one,
Oh.
different from acute pain.
Can you give an example?
Not just pain, um, physical conditions. I don't actually write, like, in my experience, I don't get clients coming to me for this. Now
Hmm.
I have this. Now, not yet, but I know one day there will be cases, situations like that. And there are many studies related to that. So for me, I have been asthmatic since childhood. I really turned
Hmm.
blue. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I went through therapy, hypnotherapy also, I was surprised that my asthma did not come back.
Oh, so what is the asthma connected to?
And even my allergies.
So it's emotional.
That's when I discovered like, wait, my something, my related. And it's also true like when I'm not happy, I don't feel good, then I will have physical symptoms.
Oh.
When I'm not aligned with my truth, I will have physical symptoms.
And now you're listening to it, right? Like, because you would tell me, Karen, I'm not comfortable. My body's telling me something.
I took a
And
leave
so,
today because my body's telling me something.
and so that's how it is. Right. It's
And I
interesting, no?
no, it's a breakthrough if we can use hypnotherapy for that. People don't have to be on maintenance uy, wait lang baka ma-off baka ma-off ako baka ma-off ako dito. Maybe, okay? It's an opinion. It's not
Okay.
a solution. Consult with your doctor, gano'n. Okay,
Right.
disclaimer, they can actually be off of their medications.
Oh, because it's
The
not physical, it's emotional, right? So work on the emotional. So you don't have to drink your medicines. You don't
mm,
have to go to your Western doctor.
I'm they I'm coming from both worlds, so I wouldn't
I know, you're from the, yeah,
yeah. So like, and there's a space for this world and there's a space for that world. I
right,
don't want
right,
the audience to be confused. No, but also right now to welcome that there is a possibility that our physical symptoms has an emotional part to it, a psychological
right.
part. Like I also had parang rash ba siya ng tawag doon sa ankle ko before, and I've been treating it with cream, all medications for more than a year. Nothing's working.
And
Not
then,
really nothing. Again, I went through hypnotherapy, and they were saying like, do you have any uh physical condition that you'd like to? I was like, I can't think of anything. I said, oh yeah, that rash over there. Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
went through the process, and I'm like, oh my God, something, you know what came out? Oh, shit, wait lang. Wait,
No.
it's a secret. Wait lang. Let me see if I can share. Let me see if I can share that part. No, I cannot share that part. That story of
Okay.
mine. I cannot share that. But actually that skin condition is rooted to a psychological trauma that I had several years back. And I did not
Wow.
expect that to be treated, ha. Basta sa akin,
Right.
like, oh wow, I didn't know I went through this pala because I forgot about it. Tapos, yun, yung ano ko sa uncle ko, nawala on its own.
Right.
Nawala
So
na
I was,
siya. I have to,
my cue now is telling me. So if you have physical symptoms, you can book a session with Doc Sarah.
I'm ready for that. No, I'm ready because I'm
Kasi
ready to
people,
get that because it's
yeah.
the need now. Like hypertension, for example, or na, sige, I will not conclude. Let's keep that open. Pero malay natin, di ba? I mean,
Yeah.
don't come to the session to say treat my this stuff. I need you to treat this.
Yeah.
But what I can do is that let's see, like, let they can take a look if there's a psychological aspect.
Yeah.
That's what we can do. That's what I can do. Pero I wouldn't say na sige mawawala na yan. No, no, no. Baka naman
Right.
walang psychological aspect, pero baka meron. Like the lower back pain, it's about support. Support. Do you feel supported?
So
When
if
the
I
back,
have a problem in the hip, if I have a problem on the left hip, what does that mean?
do you feel supported? Do you have you're getting support?
I want more support. I would love more. I am supported, but please, more support, please. But yeah, my left hip always.
Uh-huh. And then you ang usually sa upper back, I've read these studies and it's also an experience of mine. There's a pain sa upper back sa workplace when people don't feel supported by their bosses, by the company.
Oh.
It's
I
coming up.
heard kidneys connected to anger, such in Chinese medicine.
I'm not sure. I thought it was the liver. Is it kidney?
Ah, liver. Yeah, yeah.
Sure,
Liver.
I
Liver
can't.
connected to anger.
Tapos usually dito emotion. Yung mga nabigo-bigo, yung mga nadidepress-depress, kasi dito yan siya.
Oh, connected sa heart. Kidneys
Expression,
connected to what?
that one I didn't get to study it. But go ahead and study. And then sa stomach, usually finance, pera. You had that
Oh.
before.
I had that before. I remember.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Ano ba?
remember.
Self-esteem, self-confidence, dyan.
Yes, yes.
So, like, for me, my sensitive part is dito talaga. Now,
Heart.
yeah, here. Pero pag masaya ako, wala yan siya. Hindi, breathing.
Oh,
It's the breathing.
right, right,
When I'm
right.
just chilling, then no issue. Pero once I'm stressed, like when I called you this morning, dito talaga yung attack.
Did you feel better after the call?
Yes, yes. Because I had to tell you the truth. Like, this is how this is how I feel, this is what I think. I have to set boundaries. I don't need entanglement kasi mag-aaway tayo when we don't clear things.
Right, right. Also,
Yeah.
if you listen to your body,
Yes, that's the
sometimes the symptoms recede right away.
I depende sa'yo because before I cannot hear, I don't believe in that. I'm so
Right,
disconnected
right.
to my body. Pero now I felt like I have no choice because it will really it will scream very, very
Oh,
strongly.
yeah.
There,
Wow.
did you
Interesting.
get
So now, You can actually book if you feel anything in your body. Usually, Doc Sarah sees people for mental health conditions. Really. But now, if you feel anything in your body, you can have a free discovery call with Doc Sarah. But the reason why we're live actually is because I'm looking for a classmate. Kasi well, if you don't know me, I like pushing people. I like asking for stuff. For like I asked Sarah if she can teach hypnotherapy. She doesn't want to yet, but she's nice to me and she's my friend. And so she said that she can. She'll teach hypnotherapy, but it's going to be a very selective process. Like you have to call her, she has to interview you, and you have to apply in a way. And if you pass that, like if she feels that you're ready to learn it, then you can learn hypnotherapy. I'm in. Yay. I've been interviewed and I
Mate for
passed.
you. We need a classmate for you.
I just need a classmate so we can push through so we can do the program.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
those who are interested to learn the process, uh, yes, I'm teaching. And I'd like it to be intimate, diba?
Mm-mm.
Intimate. We really
Mm-mm.
get to know each other. We really go deep. If we need to do shadow work, then we do shadow work. If basta kung whatever arises, then we address that. So, yan, si Karen nananawagan ng kaklase.
Yes. I will. I
She wanted to promote marketing. I said, Karen, I'm not comfortable with that. So,
yeah.
yun. Intimate, small group, yun, that would be enough. Tapos, Karen, if I
Right.
may, how much time do we have? Yung sa session about pain, kasi, like physical pain, it's
Mm-mm.
also a good thing because I'm coming from both worlds. Because I'm
Right. Because you're a nurse. You have a PhD
so
in mental health, right?
and I'll see kasi usually sa mental consultations then I'll add usually like yung session hypno lang dire-diretso. But if there's a physical part, then we have to study the medications that you have. That's where nurse coaching will come in. I'll help you
Right.
research, I'll help you understand your medications, when did that start, etc., etc. Do you want to wean? So there will be like this other part of me that will be in the session as well.
Right. That's what I
Bo-
like about you. Like it's like a combination of Eastern and Western approaches, no?
pag mag-physical pain, mas magdo-dominant yung western kasi like you will
Western.
have to check. Kasi because the painkillers can cause addiction. Can also
Right.
cause addiction, 'di ba? So, yeah, I'd like to yeah, why not? I think it's time. Hmm.
Yeah.
Gusto niyo ng may mag-research para sa inyo, et cetera, then we do that. I had a client din na, yung recommendation sa kanya is to have this heart ay nakalimutan ko. Kasi nag-heart attack. So,
Bypass.
no,
Bypass
just
surgery.
parang lagyan lang ng tube, I forget the term. So,
Uh-oh.
I said, "Wag muna, why not focus on enjoying your life," et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
Hmm.
then sa recent na check-up, yung ECG niya na normalized. So there's basically
Oh.
and then the same so it can
You just
things
saved him from surgery.
puwede naman, hindi it's not totally no, but it's like a pause.
Yeah.
Because what I see is this person has lived life and not enjoy at all.
Oh.
So what
And when he enjoyed life, he didn't need the
we
surgery.
we don't know, it doesn't matter. What the point is, like, have a day or 2 or a week enjoying and living life to the fullest.
Oh.
Kasi when you do
Interesting.
surgery, it doesn't end there. You will have to kailangan mo pa ng recovery, that's another thing, 'di ba? And again,
Yeah.
it will entail a change of lifestyle, diet, all of parts of your lifestyle. So yun yung like different cases, pero yung sa person na ito is 'di ba kasi hard din, eh, that's the energy.
That's true.
Yung galit ka or stress ka. So that's an example. And, ah,
Right.
Sabi ko hindi ako magkukuwento. No. I think I told sa interview last time before na I always bring with me medications when I
Mm,
travel.
yeah.
And then for other people. So I cannot survive, I cannot live, I cannot even think going somewhere without my medication kit.
Meds.
Yeah. And then dumating yung point na why am I doing this? Like I'm believing I'm going to get sick, parang ganon. And I
Yeah.
realized na to slowly just let go of the medications and free myself and travel
And you
without.
did?
I did,
And
yes,
you
of
just
course.
traveled last month. So you traveled to the Philippines without meds?
No, the meds I have because ang tagal sa Philippines. Pero it's not coming from the same space na fear. Kasi
Oh,
wala yun, okay. But coming from a nursing background, parang
background.
routine na yun. Part na yun siya.
Yeah.
Parang if I don't have it, I'll panic.
Wow, interesting. Again, so you can book a session with Sarah. Even if you have physical pain, you can book a session with Sarah. That's new. Patricia's saying, speaking of pain, lower back pain can also be an indication of an upper and lower body split on the psycho-emotional level.
So
There
maybe
is a
something
conflict between something you are aspiring for,
learning.
yet you cannot seem to ground to make it happen, based
Ah,
from the study
thank you.
experience. Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
May mga ganon. Oh.
Ay, ang galing. Split. Na you want something but you can't have it.
Yung mga rayuma din, arthritis, yon.
Ay, interesting. That there's a really a body psyche connection.
Yes, and yung first exposure ko actually sa hypno, na-surprise talaga ako, I was in Indonesia. Yung
Right.
tulog, circumcision without anesthesia. Sabi ko, how is that possible?
Oh my God.
Without anesthesia, how is that possible? That's my first exposure. Doon ako na, oh, wow. There's
Wow.
something physical yung unang exposure ko. And also the dental procedures without anesthesia, only hypnosis. So these are my
right.
first exposures, actually physical and
Ah,
hypnosis.
before mental.
Yeah,
Because
first
all
exposure.
along, I was thinking hypnotherapy would help you with traumas, with
Oh,
physical with for mental health, but it can also work for physical conditions. Yeah. But right now, if you'd want to study hypnotherapy, because I know a lot of healers also watch online healing community, there's a lot of psychologists who also watch. It can be one of the tools that you can use for your practice. I'm actually just looking for a classmate because I'm enrolling and we just need like one person. But you have to talk to Sarah first because she'll interview you and see if you're ready for it. So
mm-mm.
interesting. It's
Wow.
nice pala to not have questions to flow. This is the first time that I didn't prepare at all. Like I didn't look at previous conversations and yeah, just
How do you
chill.
feel?
It feels light. It's different. It's so different, but it feels light.
Because usually you give me a set of questions.
Beforehand, diba?
Yeah, beforehand. And interesting
I,
yung tip yan, ha? Like, I know someone, kasi, well, yun nga, problem sa money. So, sa stomach talaga. Tapos, nung nagka-money na, nawala na yung sa
wala
stomach.
na.
Mm. Sometimes yung mga ulcers, chronic ulcers, for example,
The
yun, there's
stomach.
an emotional
The
counter.
first the first time I met you, I came because I have stomach pain and I was afraid. And then you said, "Let's go," and follow the fear. And I was thinking, "No, I don't like the fear. Why are we going to follow the fear?" That's the first thing you said. And like this person, woo woo. Why are we going to follow the fear? But you know what happened? Because we followed the fear, I was able to trace it back to when I was 6 years old. And I was so afraid. But when we were able to resolve it, the stomach pain gone. And also I was able to do the project that I really wanted to do. And it's so interesting, no? How the pain from the
Physical.
past and how the physical pain like manifests, no? And shows us certain things.
Yung mahirap is what that pain is asking us to change in our lives. Yan yung mahirap. Kasi maybe we have to make change in our lives na it's difficult. Like
That's
maybe you're in a
huge.
relationship that's toxic and that pain is actually telling you it's time to move out of that toxic relationship. Pero, di ba, ang hirap.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a, yeah, that's a
The big,
nice,
that's huge, Sarah. When you said that, that sometimes our pain is telling us to change something in our lives.
lives talaga na
Wow.
minsan kung baon na baon deep in the rabbit hole ka na. And then you realize,
Yeah.
I want to change something in my life, but it feels like it's too late.
Right. And that's why you say honor the pain, no? You know, the things that you tell me are the things that I don't want to do. Like you say, you honor the pain. Go through the pain. It was like, no, it's so hard. But okay, it became a conversation about me na naman. We didn't explain this. We didn't expect this. I thought you guys are going to ask questions, but thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And I guess
Salamat
this is my cue to
you.
finish, yeah, to wrap up. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the time and space here and
Thank
now.
you also.
And now and beyond here and now. From
Thank you.
Patricia. Thank
Hi, Mau. It has been a while. We haven't talked. Ayan.
yeah. So
Thank
again, we're thank you so much, Sarah, for this conversation. Again, if you'd like to learn hypnotherapy, if you'd want to be my classmate, please go to that link and you can book a call with Sarah, and she'll interview you and you can apply for the program. Okay? But parting words, but you know, it really changed my life. Hypnotherapy. I that's my promise to the people in online healing community. Will only promote things that we've tried and tested and something that really works for us. And hypnotherapy really worked wonders for me. Like I felt whole. That's a big statement, really. I felt whole. So if you want to feel whole too, or if you just want to feel better, try it. Just book a session with Sai and see if it's a fit.
Or
See first if it's a fit for you.
after your training, they can book a session with you if you'd like to. Like, I mean, the
I
students
will.
after the training, they can, like, the audience can book sessions with you or with the students.
That's a thing also. Because after the session, after the training, you become a certified
I
hypnotherapist.
mean, you can
And you
practice.
and you can practice. But it's a
Yeah.
whole. But I want to go through the whole mentorship thing.
Because there's a mentorship
So,
also that's going to happen after.
so this is fun. I'm really grateful for Sarah because this is a gift that she's giving us. Because the thing is, when you go through this process, there's level one, there's level two, there's level three, there's internship, and after you go through the whole thing, you become a certified hypnotherapist, and you can take in patients, and it's one of the tools that you can use in your practice, so you
And
can
it's so
help
broad.
people
You
change.
can specialize. You want to focus on kids. You want to focus on pain. You want to focus on trauma. You want to focus on addictions, past lives. So you can specialize.
Yeah.
Depende sa
And what I like with hypnotherapy is it's so fast. Unlike talk therapy works ha. I mean, I've been doing counseling and talk therapy for 20 years now, so I know it works. The thing is, it's kind of slow. I mean, I have to tell you that. Like, you have to. Sometimes people stay on the couch for years, like, because talking helps, but it's slow.
Anong
The thing with
pinag-uusapan mo?
hypnotherapy,
Hindi, sa
trauma. It's always trauma after trauma because they like talking about. Because after we resolve one trauma, we'll resolve another, and we'll resolve another. If some people kasi are not open to hypnotherapy, Sarah, or energy healing, some people will only accommodate like life coaching or counseling. That's
I
what's
have
interesting with
a client
hypnotherapy,
who's
eh, di
not
ba? Three
open.
sessions, you're done.
I had a client who's not open. But I said, okay, we're going to go through the process, breathing. Oy, nag-close na siya ng mata niya. Eh, meaning open siya. There's actually
Oh.
sometimes they say they're not, but when they're in the space, they're in a state of surrendering and they're ready. Sabi ko, ay, nag-close na siya ng mata niya. Ready siya. Parang nakaposisyon na
Yeah.
talaga siya. So, I mean, like maybe, pa- ano ba, may stigma ba sa word na hypnotherapy?
Yes, people still don't understand it eh. Yeah, yeah, siguro that's how that's my last question probably for you. Yun yung last. Can you please tell people what hypnotherapy is?
Ano yung hypnotherapy? It's using hypnosis for therapy. It's using hypnosis for therapeutic work, and then it's a modality that's focusing on the subconscious mind. Yun. Kasi the talk therapy involves the conscious mind most of the time. Kaya medyo mabagal. Yung hypnotherapy, dun siya sa subconscious mind, which is 95% of what's running our lives without us knowing it. So doon tayo doon tayo gagawa ng work. Yun lang naman yung difference. Papasokin natin yung subconscious mind, we do the work there as opposed to doing the work in the conscious mind. So people are not aware anong meron sa subconscious, but once they're aware, they can make different choices, new choices for their lives. Yun lang. And because it's very powerful, it's important din na we can check our intentions. Yeah, kasi we can make or break. It's true naman na budol-budol is true. Budol-budol,
True.
magnakaw ka ng pera, sa katabi mo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Hypnotize mo, magnakaw ka na pala ng pera. That is true. That is really possible and we can do that. Pero when we're doing therapy, it's important na yung ano 'yun, to be ethical, how to say, mindful
Yes.
of our intentions.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about the other person, and it's important din na not to ah, parang course na ito, not to leave our fingerprints sa subconscious mind ng ibang tao.
Person.
Like you have
Well,
your own subconscious mind that I don't put my prints into yours
mm-mm.
because that's
That's
not
why
my.
there's an interview process. That's why you have to apply. If you're going
Mm,
to, yeah. Somebody saying people are not aware of their subconscious. Once we are aware, we can make new informed choices and know our intentions.
Is it
I
Lali?
don't know. Somebody message.
Online healing community yun. Pero ang bilis ng catch up niya, ha? Ang bilis na maka-type tsaka pagka yan.
You
Who's that?
you wanna comment on this? I don't know who.
Oh, it's someone else? It's not
Yeah, it's
Lali?
someone else.
We're not
It's
aware of
not
this.
Lali.
No, this is true. Once we're aware, we can make new informed choices and know our
That's
intentions.
you. That's you. That's what you said. Yeah, Lali just transcribed it.
Oh, this is ang bilis. Di ba? Ang bilis nga ng pagkakaano niya. Pero yun
Yeah.
lang naman. That's hypnotherapy. Using hypnosis for therapeutic work.
Yeah.
Yun lang. Ano pa ba?
And so the invitation for you is if you want to try it, if you want to try hypnotherapy for yourself, if like Sarah said, if you're feeling body pain, you can book a session with her. Or if you want to go, if you have mental health problem or
Hindi
concerns, you can also go to
any
hypnotherapy.
physical symptom that they sorry to cut you. Ayan, 'di ba?
Yes, it's okay.
Any physical symptom that they think has a psychological counterpart.
Okay, that's clear.
Malalaman mo naman,
Mm-mm. Okay. Any
malalaman.
physical symptom that you feel has a psychological counterpart. Yeah. And also, I'm looking for a classmate because Sarah is going to do a hypnotherapy training program. It's going to be level 1 and it's going to be on January pa naman, January 15 to be exact. So, but you'll have to apply and you'll have to talk to Sarah and Sarah will have to ask about your intentions.
Pwede
Okay? And
mag-intro
then you can enroll.
Ay, sorry, ano naman
Yes,
ako.
yes,
Pero
yes,
mag-intro,
Sarah.
ano mangyayari, I'll take this opportunity na lang.
Sige,
Kasi
please. Sige, please.
for level 1, what I will teach is suggestive hypnotherapy. So that's one way. Parang you're the therapist, you're speaking suggestions to the person. That's for level 1. You have the script, I'll teach you the step by step. You will have the script and you will learn how to make suggestions and maybe self-hypnosis. I don't know, let's see if we have time. And then sa level 2, doon na you make your own scripts or with no script. So it's going to be more interactive and creative. And then may wala mang three. I think third is the mentorship. The
The
mentorship
internship.
internship part, we will meet depending on the cases that you will be receiving. And then you will have requirements to send for checking. Yan. So yung first, yung sa level 1, it's more of like suggestive. The
Mm.
sessions we had, it's interactive. It was intuitive.
Oh, it's not scripted, no?
No, no, no. No, the
Okay.
sessions we're having, it's not scripted. And you will learn that in level 2,
Level
it's
2.
the internship, not to use
Oo.
the scripts anymore. But if you want to use the scripts, you can also. You're free. Pero yun yung difference. May script, suggestion sa level 1. Sa level 2, you're free from the scripts kung gusto
From
mo.
the scripts. And
Yes.
actually, I'm looking forward to the mentorship. That's when we can present cases
Cases,
and you'll give
present
us suggestions,
leadership,
right?
feedback, suggestions para after all these stages, you're confident na to go out there, ganun. Yeah, ganon.
Yes.
I'm excited to share.
I'm excited to learn. Because it helped me so much talaga, Sarah. And I'm really taking this time to really acknowledge you and what you've done to me and to a lot of the other members of online healing community that took the hypnotherapy sessions. Like I've met some of them and we talk about like, Sarah did this, Sarah suggested this, and they're really in a good space and in a better space because of the sessions.
They did
And
it.
it's
They did it. You did it.
oh
You know that.
yeah, yeah. But thank you for guiding.
Ah, yes.
Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for being that guide and being the facilitator. Like I felt safe. I guess that's important that you felt safe with your therapist, felt safe with your facilitator. I felt safe the whole time. And yeah. And I came out whole. I think that's really my favorite. I came out whole.
Ako, masaya pala, no? It's a very happy feeling. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Maybe teaching will be another level of joy.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. So yun, thank you, really, really acknowledging you, Sarah, and thank you. Is there
Thank you.
anything else that you want to share or say before we end this conversation?
Ano, it's what I'm seeing. Ganun. Parang weird. It's what I'm seeing floating kanina pa. I think I've said this in the previous interview before, pero siya
Mm-mm.
yung naka-pop up ngayon sa vision ko. It's the serenity prayer. I don't know if it's me who need that, or you, or all of us, or any of the viewers who need that. Are you familiar with the serenity prayer?
Yes, yes,
And that
yes.
is the usually, how come you're familiar? Saan mo siya narinig?
I'm using it. God, give me
Yeah, so sa
the
Serenity Prayer, I'll just say that again, whatever for whatever purpose it may serve us, you, me, and the viewers here. And the Serenity Prayer says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I'll close with that.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sarah. And thank you everyone for being with us. That was such a serene moment. And hopefully we can see you again in other of our future events. Thank you everyone. Bye for now. And thank you again, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Good
Bye for
night.
now, everyone. See ya. See you